The question is, we all are talking about, disappearances, mass graves and all. What can be done? That's the first question. It's a funny situation, basically. You want national mechanism, to expose what's happening internally. And I belong to the same community as that. And we want UN to do something, right? Nobody knows what can be done. And also, it's really a funny situation. In Sri Lanka, US is talking about human rights. They're saying, they're killed and this happened, etc., etc. Why? It's really a funny situation. They can't talk about human rights. So what we do, basically, we are behind US, right? And similar situation in Libya. If you look at the situation, they are talking about human rights. And they're saying that Gaddafi's dictator and they're killing people. He's killing people, that's true. And another situation, similar situation, say for instance, I think in Middle East public, are proud of the existence of Iran, because they're talking about the human rights, they're anti-American, etc. But when it comes to Sri Lanka, Iran is supporting Sri Lankan government. Even Hugo Chavez, Venezuelan president, he's supporting Sri Lankan government because he says the Sri Lankan government is anti-imperialist government. So this is a complicated situation. Within this situation, what are we going to do? He says that nobody knows what happens in Pakistan, in his country. But I think that lots of people know about it. In Sri Lanka also, they know about what's happening. But even, it's not I'm not accusing anybody. When Bapan talked about Tamil first mass grave found in 1996, right? It's not 1996. When before that, the majority communities killing were found in 1993. We don't talk about it because we are the oppressed minority. There's another group which belong to the majoritarian community. I think that there were like 100,000 deaths from that community in 1990. And we don't talk about it because we have some kind of nationalist conscience which blocks us to talk. It comes out naturally, automatically. So my question is, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's a big question. You're saying that international media doesn't care about it. That's true. But they do care about Sri Lankan massacres. They talk about it a lot, here and there.
About context. That's
the thing. That's the thing. They talk about why are they talking? Why these Americans are talking about it? It's weird. When United Kingdom talks about human rights, it's weird. What are they doing in Afghanistan? Right? So, from all these things, what are we going to do? Are we going to recognize UN, are we going to say UN as accept UN as a recognized body? And are we going to form another body? Or how are we going to give the pressure to the governments? And all these questions, we can't talk, we know all about it, at least for the people who has a social conscience, we know about it, what's happening throughout the world. We're seeing them every day. What are we going to do? What's next? That's the question.
Yeah, can I just go first? Because otherwise I forget the questions. I'm quite passionate about this, and I think I gave a talk before, specifically on this. That's my personal perspective. Now, we know that it's the state that took millions of people. And so going and asking, I found it quite naive, going and asking the very same state, that where's our people? Okay, well, they took it and we want it back from them. Perfect, fine. But let's get rid of the states. Let's don't pay any attention to that. In the Kurdish region, we know where mass graves are. The villagers know where it is. Okay, let's go there and let's dig it. If the state's going to kill us, okay, fine. let's do that. I think, and also some kind of solidarity between the communities would be a one way of solving this problem. But the problem with that is that every time we gather together, every time we say things, it doesn't go beyond good intentions. Now, it doesn't become practical. I think that's one of the major issues, that between the communities, how can we make our concerns common and raise these issues through various ways, not necessarily through state channels or organizations. I mean, I personally don't think that state would solve the problem. Any state, I'm talking state in general. I don't think so. I don't think UN will solve it.
No.
But I believe that people will solve it. I believe that the communities will solve it. And that's the very foundation of any resolution to this issue.
That's true.
But the problem with that is that how are we going to bring these communities together? How are we going to bring, and how are we going to make an impact with these communities? What happens is that, okay, well, we come together, we express what's happening, etc. But again, it doesn't go beyond good intentions. It doesn't have a body that functions. It just, okay, the idea is there, well, how are we going to do it, how we organize it, then we stop. And that's the main problem. I think what we need to do is to work towards that and find alternatives where there's no state involvement. In that sense, I'm quite anti-state, simply because that my argument would be is that it's the state that created this issue.
I think at the individual level, whatever you say is right. Lots of people are thinking like that. But if I go and tell as a normal Tamil, UN wouldn't do anything for us, he won't be happy. So they're doing something for us. That's what he will say. What can be done? I mean, how can you politicize them? You know, these are the questions.
It's sorry. I think it's a big awareness we need to create. The friend talked about the solidarity between communities. That's we can go. The first step we need to be do through that. But you know what's going to happen, because you say you accept that you can't go beyond some point. Why is that? Because of your friend is not my friend. It goes to the states as well. When we go like, say, Colombian or Sri Lankan or different communities, okay, we all united because of these killings, because of this mass graveyards and disappearance and everything. Okay, we can shake hands, we'll go. You know, to some extent, there's going to be strings there. It's going to pull us apart. What are the strings? Because you related anyhow, you're going to relate it to your state, some or the other. Me going to be related to my state or that part of the country. So there are the friends and enemies play is going to be there. Because there won't be common enemy or common friend. One of your friend is going to be one of my enemy. And my enemy is going to be his friend. So that solidarity is going to go break in there. So this is a very difficult question. How we are going to unite as a solidarity community, but we need to do that. There's no other option. We can't go like states. So this is the only way. We need to break that. We need to go as one community. It's a suppressed community of the world. The community forgotten by the states and the superpowers. So rather than color, rather than language, rather than states, we need to join together. First, the step, at least we'll put the first step towards how we can do that. Then we see what are the problems going to come up, what are the strings going to pull us apart. We'll try to work on it. So it's a big, very terrible and very hard task, but we need to try, because the world is there, it's like that for the last thousands of years or hundreds of years. Okay.
Well,